Hello, this is Steven Seifert. I have another Dulcimer to open. This one's from Terry McCafferty. It is a prototype. So I'm very excited about this one. Here we go. Always cut away from yourself. That's what my dad used to tell me. Now Terry didn't send a case in this one, so it's amazing how light it is. It's just like there's air in here. Hopefully there's more than air. All right, here we go. Strings and an Allen wrench. I wonder what that's for. Plenty of bubble wrap. Here it is. Whenever you get something, you always wonder if it's going to be in pieces, you know. All right. Now, some of you have a McCafferty, so you may find this interesting. There we go. I will point out the differences. If it did get crushed, I might cry. I just want to warn you about that. Oh, this looks good. It looks like it's alive and well. There we go. Oh, it looks so good. Smells good. I love the smell. I love the smell. So Terry had to do some things different on this one. Look at that. That's cool. All right. Have a look at that. That's pretty neat. I always run into that fan. So one thing you might notice right off is the head is different. This is like an electric guitar head. And notice there's some knobs down here on the right. And there's a pickup right here. Now right now the way it's strung up, it's 4 equidistant, but it can also be set up for 3 string. Actually, it has a lot of different configurations. Check out the back here. So this is an access plate to get into the electronics. What electronics, you ask? Well, I will tell you. I will tell you all about it. This Dulcimer has 2 pickups in it. It does have a K&K pickup similar to the other McCaffertys. I know a lot of those go on the bottom of the top on either side of the bridge. I'm not sure where he put these. But there's also a magnetic pickup right here. It's a humbucking pickup, so you get low noise. And these 2 knobs, you've got volume and you've got tone. And if you pull up on the tone, you get a coil split here, which makes it be like a single coil. So you might get a little noise depending on your orientation and RF interference, but you get a different tone. 1 pickup, 2 tones, and then the low to high knob here and the volume. Pretty cool. Let me point out, there's this lovely ebony around the sound holes. That is super cool. I like this up here. Normally they put something like this on a guitar to hide a truss rod. I don't think we have a truss rod in here, but it looks sharp, really does. I'll let you guys guess what inspired this head here. And this is a prototype, so I don't know what comes after this. But look at this right here. Normally a McCafferty has a nut and a 0 fret, but this one just has a 0 fret. That is a new thing. And we've also got the strings run straight, fairly straight from the tuners to the nut. So all of this is designed to make tuning stability as good as possible. There is a radius fretboard, a slight radius. Let's get this thing tuned up. I'm excited. There's my D. I want to tell you why I have 4-string right now as the default. We'll talk about that. And the way I describe these strings is bass, middle, inside melody, outside melody. This will probably mostly be a 3-string dulcimer, but I want to have the option of 4-string. Tuners are nice. Now with every prototype, you don't know. You don't know how it's gonna go. That has a really nice sound right off the bat. Right off the bat. You may have also noticed we have chromatic fretting here. So there's the 0.5, 1.5, 3.5, 4.5, 6.5, and my goal is to have 2 of these. One, a diatonic dulcimer with added 6.5 and 13.5, and the other would be this one, a chromatic. For me, I need both. If you see me at a dulcimer festival, you'll very often see me with a diatonic, but if you see me in downtown Nashville at a club, I'm probably gonna have either just the chromatic or both, but mostly just the chromatic. And if you see me in a studio, I'm usually gonna have both. Nothing can ever replace the regular diatonic. Man, that sounds good. Let's hear it. Let's hear it with a pick. I've got 3 picks in my pocket. Here's a, I got 4. Here's the Jim Dunlop USA Nylon 0.6 millimeter. Sounds good. That sounds cool. A brand new instrument always needs to be played in a little bit. Now I know Terry said he made some changes. He had to make a number of changes to the dulcimer. I'm gonna have to find out from him what exactly those are. I'm very excited about this right off the bat. The reason I have 4 strings. First of all, 4-string equidistant is a wonderful thing to get into for dulcimer, especially if you've been in a little bit of a rut. It's nice to try something a little different. I've got various videos introducing you to 4-string. The big thing that really inspired me was David Schnaufer, but there's tons of materials out there, especially from the 80s. Some of them are out of print, a lot of them are, but lots of good 4-string stuff is not out of print. So anyway, let's look at why I want the setup that I have. Now I can take this off, the melody string closest to my belly. We could call that the bellody string. If you loosen it, it just comes right over here, and then I can tighten it a little bit, I guess, but that's good. Eventually I may have a little pin or something over here that can grab onto that. But now I'm just left with 3 strings. Now what I used to do, and for all I know, I'm still gonna do it, I would then take this melody string and move it closer to the edge, and then I would take the middle and put it right down the middle of the fingerboard. Terry has made slots to allow me to do that. But my real interest with this is trying out this more narrow spacing for the strings, strictly for the purpose of flat picking and cross picking. I've just picked up a medium Fender pick here. So the idea is the regular Dulcimer. For me, my whole life, I think the strings have been too far apart for the right hand. For the left hand, though, it's been pretty good. So I need to live with this for a number of months, maybe 6 or 12 months. I want to live with closer string spacing for the left hand to find out what happens. I need to know what happens. Aaron O'Rourke has decided that his right side is fairly close, maybe even a little closer than what I have here. But his left side, he's got the strings separated more, so it flares. But I thought I want to try this with the strings close to the left, because while I may lose some things, I suspect I'm going to gain something. Over here on the right, when you're flat picking on one string, you know I always do pretty well with that. But whenever I have to change strings, you know, with the big gaps most Dulcimers have, I really feel like you can only go so fast until it starts to get a little sloppy. I mean, I've been trying for 20 years or more, 25 years. So by putting them closer, now I usually play tilted up, but I just want you guys to see one. Maybe I will tilt it up a little. Let's try that. I do like that string spacing. These are new strings, so we're gonna have to keep it in tune. Also, the instrument's warming up in my hands a little bit. So I've got some getting used to there. The knobs, I feel them on my finger. Sometimes. If I pull that pinky up, I'm all right. I did want them where I can adjust them, because here's the main thing about this instrument. It does have a piezo style, Butch told me to say. It's got that normal pickup that a lot of Dulcimers have. K&K, I think I like a little better than Bags and Fishman, although they're all a very similar thing. But it's this pickup I'm interested in. This is the electric. So my main interest in this instrument is amplifying it. I also want it to sound good. It does have a nice tone. I really want to hear how it opens up as I play it. But what I want to show you is what this thing sounds like plugged in. But before I do that, watch this. If I loosen these strings, there's a few configurations we can go through. And one of them is I can move the nut here, nut strings, to more of a typical Dulcimer spacing. Let's see, there we go. This one right here. This is probably what some of you are used to, and it might even be a little wider than some of you are used to, or a little more narrow. But watch this. He also put slots in here, so I can take the outer strings and just bring them a little bit closer And this is pretty much what I've been using lately, most of the time on my other dulcimers. It's just a little closer. There is the possibility of taking these back and bringing in the fourth. Where are we? If you have a string winder with you on stage, you can tell a story, and by the time your story's done, you can have your strings back up. Now, I haven't been flying lately, but I don't want to fly with more than one dulcimer when I do. And this should take care of a number of needs at a festival. These, I know when I watch videos where somebody's opening a box and tuning an instrument, they usually fast forward through this part, but I don't know that I want to work that hard at editing video today. You know, this has a sweet tone. It's got a sweet tone to it. It's got a nice tone. Let's go see what happens when I plug it in. And I'm hearing it for the first time plugged in, and you're hearing it with me. So there's no telling what's going to happen. Now, this has two pickups but one jack, and what he did is he set it by default where if you have a mono 1/4 inch cable, you'll just get the humbucker pickup here. So it'll be the more electric sound. And if you use a stereo cable, you'll get both, and then you can run both of those to a mixer and have both pickups. My goal is to blend one or both of these and then blend those with a mic. That sounded good. I want to make sure both knobs are wide open. And let's see if we get something here. There's some sound. It's a little hot, so I'm going to back off the volume. Turn the amp up a little bit. Well, that sounds great. Let's check out this volume. The tone. This is going to roll off some of these bright high frequencies. A little more of a jazz tone. That's cool. Now when we pull up on the tone knob, we should get, I don't know, it's a little brighter sound, a little more dimension. Here we go. And then I'm going to push. Pull up. A little brighter. And you do get a little noise. And I'm getting some noise from the USB. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty quiet. Now, this whole noise thing, that's normal. So if you get single coil pickups on electric guitar, you can't get noise. And if I turn this up, you will hear more of it. I'm not gonna turn up that loud right now. I'm a little nervous too. But what you do is normally you're not going to hear any of that noise whether this knob is up or down, But when you go through effects, especially when you try to sound like Eddie Van Halen, and yes, I do want to toy around with that, that's where this humbucker setting works so well, because it's quiet. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I want to test out the Piezo pickup, but I don't have a stereo cable yet. Now, somebody told me if you pull this out a little bit, it might detach from the magnetic pickup and connect with the Piezo. Let's see. There we go. Yes, there it is. So the advantage of the Piezo, where it's not right under the saddle, where it's kind of on the top of the instrument, is you get more of the sound of the instrument. But the downside is you get more of the sound of the instrument. And so it depends on what you're doing. The advantage of the magnetic is you don't hear the box so much. And what you're really hearing is just the strings. The Piezo is gonna, that worked pretty well actually. The Piezo is going to give me more of the sound of the instrument. And it really needs to go through a preamp and be able to, I need to have some, an equalizer and that kind of stuff. Now to hear them both together, I don't think I can do that today. But I think this is a success, man. Let me try a different sound down here and see what we can get. Why would you want the magnetic pickup? Well, it's fun. I'm a child of the 80s for the most part. So let's listen to it with a little phaser on it. A little tremolo. Speed that up a little bit. There we go. That's fun. A little bit of echo, also called delay. Turn on a little bit of overdrive distortion. I'm going to turn down the amp just a little So, yeah. Yes, Mr. McCafferty. Terry McCafferty. you've done a fine job on this new prototype. I'm gonna play it all day and give you a call. So thanks everybody for joining me on the unboxing. I love it. I think it looks great and it sounds even better. That's all, folks. See you later.